Shimano's Tiagra ST4700 10-speed shifter is one of their road bike shifters. In this video, I'm going to measure the cable pull of this shifter. Then I'll show you why Tiagra 4700 is incompatible with Tiagra 4600. To measure the shifts, I took 108 measurements across 12 runs. On 6 runs I pulled cable, simulating shifting to easier gears, and on 6 runs I relaxed cable, simulating shifting to harder gears. Here we can see the amount of cable pulled between each pair of cogs. The large amount of cable pull between the smallest cogs and the biggest cogs allows the cable to go fully slack when resting on the high limit and low limit screws. Derailleurs typically move slower towards the ends of their range of motion and faster towards the middle. However, this shifter does not attempt to compensate for that. Instead, nearly all shifts are close to the average. Clearly, this shifter was designed to work with a derailleur with a very consistent pull ratio that does not change very much through its range of motion. We can also calculate an average cable pull. I averaged together the middle shifts, ignoring the first and last shifts. The end result is an average cable pull of 2.65 millimeters. On average, each of the middle shifts will pull about 2.65 millimeters of cable. Infamously, Tiagra 4600 and 4700 shifters are not interchangeable. You might think they're compatible because both shifters are named Tiagra and both shifters are for 10-speed drivetrains. However, these shifters pull different amounts of cable. Here you can see the cable pull pattern for the Tiagra 4700 shifter on the left, and since I don't have the measurements for a Tiagra 4600 shifter, you can see the cable pull pattern for the equivalent Ultegra 6700 on the right. As you can see, the Tiagra 4700 shifter pulls 16% more cable. Not only that, but the cable pull pattern is completely different. The Tiagra 4700 shifter has very even and consistent shifts, whereas the Ultegra 6700 shifter has shifts that dramatically increase in the amount of cable pulled. Not only does the Tiagra 4700 shifter pull too much cable, but it also doesn't match the cable pull pattern of the older 10-speed shifters. Classic Shimano derailleurs like the Tiagra 4600 depended on a specific pattern of cable pulls from the shifter. The pattern of cable pulls are so dramatically different that using the Tiagra 4700 shifter on a classic Shimano derailleur causes it to both overshoot and undershoot cog positions. As you can see here, this mismatch causes the derailleur to move far too much when shifting between the smaller cogs, and causes the derailleur to not move enough when shifting between the biggest cogs. This causes extreme misalignment and makes it impossible to tune this combination properly. Thank you for watching. I've laid out all the specs here for reference, and I encourage you to find the info page link in the description to see more information about this shifter.